A man who cannot say no loses all control. Weak boundaries and people pleasing is a no for a man. But the man who does not have the ability to say no loses control. It's so easy to just fit in. It's harder to lead the pack. It's harder to illustrate strength. It's harder to be the one that says, nah, I'm good. For acceptance, most men want acceptance. Most men want to feel like they're part of something. Most men do certain things and their boundaries get lost and crossed. You got to have that invisible line, and then you got to have that real line. So for the young men out there who struggle to stand tall, who have no boundaries, or have very little boundaries because of something that probably happened at home. Maybe they're being abused. Maybe something traumatic happened. Maybe they lost the only father figure or the father that they had in life to maybe an accident, maybe to a murder, maybe to, and this, I'm talking to people in my community. So when I come on in these videos, I want this to translate over to the people that look like me, that identify with me, and hopefully the world and other people who can absorb this message as well. But the premise and the goal of this video is to offer you a new perspective on why having no boundaries is such a dangerous thing. Why having no self-control is such a dangerous thing. Why trying to fit in is such a dangerous thing. Why not having a backbone as a man, as a young man growing up? Because this could lead to you joining the game. And you get sent on a dummy mission by someone much older than you who's influencing you. Because who influenced you is where your attention goes and how life will go for you, correct? So, this is you. This is you, young king. This is you, young king. This is you, young king. This is your force field. You want to protect this, man. You want to protect this force field at all costs. This is you, family. You're going to have a lot of this. This is the first thing you're going to deal with, negativity. And with the negativity, it doesn't mean when you're starting to do something that if something goes wrong that you're not meant to do it. All that is disruption following attention. So don't confuse negativity with disruption following attention. Disruption follows intention. So when you have your attention on something that you're doing and you get disrupted, doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It means you're on the right path. It means you're on a breakthrough. It means to continue to keep going. It's the first test. This is your first test here. Your first test. And it's the test to see if you even want it, if something's going to happen for you. So your force field, you got to protect from negativity. You got to protect from pollution. And you may ask, what's pollution? As much as you have this force field around you, the pollution is the populated feeds. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this, you have some type of device. You have a phone, and there's pollution in there as well. You got headphones? You got AirPods? What are you listening to? Sometimes it's just noise. And what I mean by noise is the vibrations that's coming out of the music. What is it? Is it positive? Is it negative? If it's negative, it's just noise. noise pollution. Don't pollute this, young king. Your mind is way sharper than what you need it to be. Age doesn't mean you're old. You feel me? It's not the age. It's how sharp you are. It's how you feel. Your spirit never gets old. This flesh just decomposes and we're going to go somewhere one day or another. It's no escaping us dying. But I want to put this on your mind that pollution is not just top of the building, smoke coming out, the back of a car, smoke coming out, noise pollution, light pollution. You know, I got a light on me right now. So my light is the natural light, the sun. I love the sun. You know? So negativity, pollution, and now when you stand tall, youngin, when you stand tall, do not go and grow to be the man who seeks approval over alignment. People who seek approval over alignment ultimately become the follower, right? So, perfect example. I go out and shop. I'm going to the store. I'm going to get some new clothes. You know, haven't got some new clothes in a minute. Couple of the bros tag along. Couple of the family tag along. Going to the store. The people that I'm with, they all like it. They like the store, but I don't like what's in there. So 3 people get some stuff. They're like, yo, this is what I'm getting. And he like, man, I don't even like that. So you go and you pick up the same thing they got. And you're like, yo, this look good? And you're like, yeah, bro, this is the new whatever name brand is out. And you pay for that, but you ultimately like, man, I don't like this. I just got this because they said it was hot, not because of me. Now, it's the influence. You see how that influence is over you deciding like, okay, if I do go with them, I'm going to have my own style. Y'all going to this store? I'm going to go over here because I'm going to go pick that up. I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to look like y'all. I don't want to be in alignment. I don't want to not be in alignment with what I came out to do. I came out to get some clothes to make me feel comfortable. So when I go out on a date or when I go out to a meeting or when I go out to work, that I feel like myself and not feel like I'm looking like somebody else based off their decision. It's something that small. When you're not in control of these small little decisions, could lead to something way more impactful in life. So you never want to seek approval over alignment. You want to be aligned with your own approval, so you know when you're walking tall and you're standing up in the position that you're in, that it was the right move for you. So now, how to get in alignment, you're going to have to figure out who you truly are. And then, who you truly are, a lot of times, this word, these people that you're with when you're at a younger age, a lot of them get crossed out. You know, don't confuse survival mode over and loyalty over. Don't confuse that with survival mode over loyalty. Don't confuse that. Never confuse that. You don't need no one's approval to be great and feel great, because ultimately that's what's going to happen for you. So becoming a chameleon in a relationship, as opposed to standing 10 toes down, deep rooted into who you are. Being a chameleon in a relationship, whether it's between you and a female, you at your job, you with your mom, you with whoever it may be. Nothing should stop your main core principles of you being who you are. So, after the disruption follows the attention, and the approval over the alignment. And this embodiment of being a chameleon, hope I can spell this correct. Being a chameleon is another thing. You want to block from your force field, your aura, you. You don't want to be a chameleon in anything. You don't want to blend in. You want to stand out. Now, chameleons, they could blend in, but also stand out. So it's two sides to it. So they got the side where they can blend in, and then they could change colors. You want to change colors, especially if you got a group of friends currently, which I think you shouldn't even have friends if they're not uplifting you or pushing you to the next level. It's just irrelevant to have them. They're just a passerby. It's there for you to not feel alone. And you know, there's other ways where you could channel where you don't have to have friends. You can have people who's building you up. More so will be people who's in your inner circle, as opposed to your outer triangle. I mean, your outer square or your outer rectangle. Changing colors as the chameleon, as opposed to blending in. These same group of friends that you have that you went out to go shopping with, they all have girlfriends, and they girlfriends have friends. You may be single. You may latch on to, you know, a girl that's been around from their friend group, and they constantly bring them around so you can join the bunch and everybody could be cool and clicked up together. The chameleon that blends in will just, okay, they all friend group, our friend group, we good, we get to go out, we get to have fun, we get to do this, we get to do that, but you don't get to share those personal experiences without other people in your business, without other people figuring out what y'all doing, without other people knowing your moves, because friend groups talk amongst each other. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but if you didn't make that decision where you said, I'm gonna change colors, and we got different markers for this. I'm gonna change colors. You ain't getting this bag to change colors and find your own mate. And then you may have seen her group of friends that she hangs with, and her group of friends have guys who are on the same level as you. Then there's nothing wrong with that. But being a chameleon that blends in is the wrong way and the wrong path to go when you have so much aura, so much going for you, so much going for you in this brain of yours, this mind. Protect it, man. Protect at all costs. Protect this. Protect your mind, man. It's so important. You want to have control. You do not want to be saying yes to everything. A man with no control ultimately leads to weak boundaries. Weak boundaries. You ever heard of the term tender D? Tender D. You could fill in the rest. It's a 4-letter word. You know, you ever heard of that? You ever heard of a guy who deals with a woman, who deals with multiple women, but can't wrap it up because the girl is just like taking his clothes off and just, you know, putting it on him? That's weak boundaries. You know? That's weak boundaries. You ever had something that was very precious to you, and every time somebody's around, they borrowing it? Like, let's say you work hard for your wardrobe. Your wardrobe is worth something. Every time you come over, somebody's like, yo, let me wear this. I ain't got nothing to wear. Or your food that you spend money on, your hard-earned money on, and they come to your crib like, bro, I ain't got nothing to eat. What you got in the crib? And they just open in your refrigerator. Those are weak boundaries. Or people come in your house and they just walk around with the shoes on that they have from outside. That's weak boundaries, and that's minimal. That's minimum. But the minimum things add up, and they stack up, stack up, stack up. It's like compound interest. Before you know it, it's a lot. And now you haven't even formed the small boundaries to get to the bigger ones. So when the bigger ones pop up, it's like, oh, man, I don't even know how to handle this. You got to stop stuff from the gate. What happened, mama? What happened? I'm coming right now, all right? I'm coming. So you got to stop that from the gate. Dangers of a man not having self-control. Weak boundaries. You're going to lose yourself. Eminem made that song. You better lose yourself in the moment you want. So that has multiple meanings depending on how you look at it. But personally, you never want to lose yourself. You always want to know who you are at all times. And this is the word that I was intended to pass on today for the people who want to get better boundaries and not have weak boundaries, and be the man that says yes and takes control, because ultimately you'll lead, and leaders always come in the shape or form of strength. So strength, powerful mindset, not passive. I'll see you in the next video, family. Salute.